some familiar faces and new names for a colourful new year. Weekdays from January the 1st on ITV. Carlton, television for London.
Now Ian St John introduces live World Cup football.
This is Carlton, television for London. Was that okay? Was I right? Oh yes, good, yes. Did I look okay? Was I smiling?
Thank you, lovely.
Oh, lovely.
Next, please.
You're watching Carlton.
Now, the news at 10 with Trevor McDonald.
This is
Carlton!
Good morning and a warm welcome to our programmes on Thursday the 25th of March. Now we go over to the Albert Dock to see what's lined up this morning.
You're watching Carlton!
Now we join the Riddlers and there's a Christmassy feel to today's visit.
You're watching Carlton.
Matt has a spot of soul searching to do in a country practice in half an hour. First though, we drop in on Summer Bay.
This is Carlton, television for London.
Just a reminder that in half an hour, Lloyd Grossman will be announcing the winner of Britain's most sophisticated Sharon competition in The View. First, a country practice.
You're watching Carlton.
Now to your opinions on what's on television. Lloyd Grossman presents The View.
This is Carlton.
Paul Green has the stories making news in London today. After the headlines now with Nicholas Owen at ITN.
This is Carlton, television for London.
In This Morning at 10:35, what do the stars have in store for the royal family? Also a rare interview with Mick Fleetwood. First though, making a new start.
This is Carlton.
And that's all from us today. We'll be back on Monday morning at 9:25 with Runway. Now we cross to ITN for the early evening news with Sonia Rusler.
This is Carlton, television for London.
Now it's trouble with the law for Arthur Daly in Minder.
There's a shocking admission in The Young Doctors at 3:20, so no news there. Now, take the high road.
This is Carlton, television for London.
And a very happy new year. Welcome to 1993 and our first programme live from Trafalgar Square. Here's Chris Tarrant with A Carlton New Year.
You're watching Carlton.
The phone-in on This Morning in just over half an hour is on children's rights. First, to the safety of children in The Time, the Place. Now, Adam Holloway in Disguises.
You're watching Carlton.
Now from ITN, the news at 10 with Trevor McDonald.
This is Carlton.
Well, this Thursday morning continues now as we join Danny Baker and the contestants for Win, Lose or Draw.
This is Carlton, television for London.
Good morning on Friday the 26th of March. In a moment, Jeopardy. Now Richard and Judy with What's in This Morning.
This is Carlton, television for London.
Arthur falls out with Dave, prompting a rival bid for the drinkers of North London in Minder in 30 minutes. Now though, Burnside means business in the bill.
In just under half an hour, country practice. Now home and away.
You're watching Carlton.
Now a country practice.
This is Carlton, television for London.
In just under an hour, the news headlines. First, life goes on.
This is Carlton, television for London.
A very good morning to you on this Monday, the 29th of March. Now with news of what's happening this morning, here's Richard.
You're watching Carlton.
Don't forget at 2:45 this afternoon we'll be catching up with families, and then at 3:10 the latest news from ITN. Those programmes still to come after a visit to the Wandin Valley.
This is Carlton, television for London.
There's an update on news in the capital in London tonight. Before that, news at 10.
You're watching Carlton.
Now the latest news from ITN with John Suchet.
You're watching Carlton.
And a very good morning to you on this Tuesday, the 30th of March. Now with news of our programmes this morning, let's say a very good morning to Richard Madeley.
You're watching Carlton.
So, is this fine and sunny weather set to continue? Find out in the forecast after London Today. But first, the headlines from Carol Barnes at ITN.
Full stretch tomorrow at 9 on Carlton.
And welcome to our programmes for Monday night. Coronation Street is in half an hour. First, time for a break.
In just over half an hour, World in Action reports on the children of Chernobyl. Now the last in the series of September Song.
This is Carlton, television for London.
At 7:30, journalists Beeman de Silva uncover the activities of London's hitmen, those paid to kill. Now in Carlton, London Tonight.
You're watching Carlton.
You're watching Carlton.
In just over 10 minutes, a quick reminder that it's Tots TV.
This is Carlton.
Now a prisoner of cell block H.
You're watching Carlton.
Now the funny side of the limousine business. Full stretch.
You're watching Carlton.
Now Matthew Lorenzo presents exclusive highlights of the quarter-final.
This is Carlton television for London.
Now Arthur and Ray go down under in Minder.
You're watching Carlton.
At 7:30 this evening, a remarkable love story from the frozen wastes of Siberia. That's in 3D. But now at 6 o'clock, it's London Tonight.
This is Carlton, television for London.
Okay, mark it. 44, take 3. This is Carlton, television for London.
Now the final case for the celebrated Inspector Morse. John Thaw and Kevin Waitley are joined by a star-studded cast led by Sir John Gielgud in Twilight of the Gods.
This is Carlton, television for London.
This time tomorrow, we visit the Peak District and Constable Country in Travel UK. Now, a special edition of Capital Woman.
You're watching Carlton.
In just under half an hour, Coronation Street. Now we set off for the first in a new series of Busman's Holiday.
You're watching Carlton.
Now World in Action.
You're watching Carlton.
At 10:40, our romantic thriller stars Gregory Harrison and Sybil Shepherd in Seduced. Now the news at 10 with Trevor MacDonald.
You're watching Carlton.
The Bill are looking for hard evidence at 8. Now we go up country for Emmerdale.
You're watching Carlton.
In just over 25 minutes, animated fun with Speedy Gonzales. First, more cartoon chaos with Police Academy.
You're watching Carlton.
Now we join Gordon Kennedy and Carolyn Marshall for the first in a new series to help you get more fun out of London. Big City.
This is Carlton.
Join us in 25 minutes if you can for news, information, entertainment and much more in the first of this week's editions of This Morning. Before that, we're out of this world. Now, in a special programme, we celebrate 30 years of current affairs reporting by World in Action.
This is Carlton, television for London.
You're watching Carlton.
Now, The Last Vampire, the first of 2 new feature-length mysteries for Sherlock Holmes.
Now for that rough-hewn hero Sharp in the concluding part of our drama set during the time of the Napoleonic Wars.
This is Carlton, television for London.
And welcome to our programmes for this Thursday night, including The Bill at 8 and the tale of Daly's Inflatables in Minder at 8:30. But first, a trip to Emmerdale.
You're watching Carlton.
In half an hour, a country practice. And today, Steve and Matt fight hard to save a foal's life. First, home and away.
You're watching Carlton.
Now, 3 more contestants take up the challenge for Blockbusters.
You're watching Carlton.
In just under an hour, Street Legal. Now we take a generous helping of raw soup.
You're watching Carlton, now directed by Michael Winner and starring Charles Bronson. It's the action-packed thriller, The Stone Killer.
This is Carlton.
Now, new for Wednesday nights, the first of 4 programmes with Saint, Greavesy and a panel of top sports personalities.
Now, some springtime sunshine in Summer Bay. In 10 minutes, some magic moments from the Carry On team. But now the news from ITN at 12:30.
You're watching Carlton.
Well, Home and Away is one of the nominees of the most popular soap category in tonight's awards. How will it do against the likes of Coronation Street and Emmerdale? Some tough competition. We'll be finding out later tonight. Now, let's catch up on today's events in Summer Bay. The Lamberts pulled together in today's episode of Step by Step in 5 minutes. First, the news from ITN. Well, if you've just joined us, welcome to this Thursday morning here on Carlton. You're just in time for today's mission for James Bond Jr. Well, a reminder that tonight on Carlton, Mariella Frostrup will be reporting from the Empire Cinema in Leicester Square on tonight's Royal Film premiere of The Flintstones. That's at 11:40. Well, that's later, but our Monday night starts with visiting time at Jimmy's.
The Holcroft Covenant stars Michael Caine and Anthony Andrews in our late film at 10:40. But now on Carlton, a movie premiere. Green Card.
There's a musical flavour to nighttime later, which includes Tina Turner, Mariah Carey, and then at 4, the classical sounds of Bizet's Arlesian Suite. Nighttime starts with Hollywood Report at 1:30.
Well, tomorrow afternoon we're invited to meet Hazel, a former opera singer who now teaches opera and piano to aspiring young performers. She's 1 in a million, in 5 million this Friday afternoon at 5 to 2.
This is Carlton.
Until our film for younger viewers at 9:25, we hand over for the first time now to GMTV.
We're through the night with Nighttime, and in a few minutes the latest film news and gossip in Hollywood Report.
Now, settle back and enjoy our movie tonight as Ralph Macchio stars in Karate Kid 2.
You're watching Carlton on Boxing Day. Now Nicholas Owen is at ITN, ready to bring us up to date on all the latest news from across the country and throughout the world, while Graham Miller has all the sporting news and sporting results.
Well, here on Carlton now, we follow the turbulent past of a rich society widow in the 2 Mrs. Grenvilles.
It's 9:25. Good morning. This is Carlton. Welcome to a new week of entertainment. Starting in just a moment with a few essentials round at Dale's Place. The time the place talks about banks in 5 minutes. This is Carlton. Home and Away is in 25 minutes with a romantic moment in store for Selena. But first, it's Monday's news from ITN. A stolen kiss in the staff room at Shortland Street. Full coverage today at 1:55. But right now, our lunchtime drama starts with Home and Away.
Well, next tonight over on Channel 4, it's Desmond's. Now on Carlton, World in Action.
There's big trouble for Sally in today's episode of Home and Away at 6. You're watching Carlton. Now at 5:40, it's over to ITN.
Now on Carlton with a roundup of today's news in the region, it's London Tonight.
We're just starting over on Channel 4 without wars, but stay with us here on Carlton now for Soldier, Soldier.
Well, now Carlton brings you the best in drama as John Thaw stars as Kavanagh QC.
Wednesday night, you're watching Carlton.
Well, here on Carlton now, part 5 of the Beatles Anthology.
I've just come down. I'll see you next week.
This is Carlton, now a story of tragic secrets and sexual jealousy.
In a new series of London Bridge, which from tonight can be seen every Monday and Wednesday at 6:30.
A reminder, Home and Away will be back on April the 26th. Now, Lie Detector, our new series.
This is Carlton. It's exactly 10 o'clock. Now, a little later than billed, it's days like these.
Now on Carlton, our holiday morning movie, the delightful animated version of Watership Down.
Merry Christmas from Carlton.
Vanessa will be here in half an hour, chatting about children who think they're fat. Well, that's a little later. First, we join BB Baskin.
Well, here on Carlton now, later than advertised, it's time to turn back the clock to 1976 for days like these.
This is Carlton. Now, the Ruth Rendell mysteries.
And after McCallum, we head into the murky world of competitive gardening when Tim Healy stars in King Leek. That's at 10.
Now, Life in Another World, the movie Doorways. Now, the first of its kind on television, Men for Sale.
This is Carlton, part of the ITV network.
Now on Carlton, time to taste the blood of Fu Manchu.
A very good morning to you from all of us here at Carlton. The cheaters are exposed by Jerry Springer in just a moment, but there are thieves at work right now. Now, London Today with Anna Maria Ash and Kate Harding.
now Central Goals Extra, the best sporting action for our region with Bob Hall. Join us at 2 this afternoon for our movie Superman 2, starring Christopher Reeve as our hero taking on 3 villains from the planet Krypton. Now though, it's cartoon time.
Christmas wouldn't be complete without Morecambe and Wise, so it's coming early this year, in fact at 10:30 tonight. But before that, a touch of Dickens.
This is Carlton, part of ITV. Now it's time for the latest news. It's a busy time in Emmerdale, so tonight we have 2 visits. Here's the first. Now, the highlight of Christmas Day on Carlton, an all-star cast in Aladdin. In half an hour, Lisa Riley will be here with some seasonal home video disasters in You've Been Framed. That's at 8:15, after Emmerdale, Part 2. Our movie in 40 minutes is Sleepless in Seattle. First though, here on Carlton, there's a fortune to be won.
This is Carlton, part of ITV1, and time for a summary of the news from ITN now with Mary Nightingale.
The main headlines, local, national and international, coming soon. And then it's today's CITV. But first, we're back to Yorkshire.